In this video, we have got a Quad Cortex user using an HX Stomp for the first time. I'm going to give him 10 minutes to get the best tone that he can out of this little beast.
Okay, is it this one? No. I'm going to get a resident Helix Stomp user to be using the Quad Cortex with exactly the same time limit and see what patches we can make.
Help me out here. Right, 10 minutes starts now. Right, so we're starting off with just a kind of JCM tone. Yeah, cool, let's try some amps. Guitar, but I don't want to do the show. Go on, we'll try an uber clean. Go on, I'll try Friedman. It should be like a classy version of the oh, it's quite woody, that isn't it? Actually, it's quite nice. Go on, I might stick with this bad boy.
So you're on your cab setup now.
Okay, so we've got position, we've got distance. Expecting me to want ping pong delay, so let's go with what the Cortex wants. Let's do it. Right, we've got to get a spring on, haven't we? And let's. You know what? We're gonna go for a facial fuzz. Why not? Because this is one that, if you're using a modeler, oh, did it not do?
It did,
but I didn't turn it on. So with modelers, fuzz is a really difficult one to get right. It never quite feels right, does it?
Oh, the stank face is coming out.
Peak guitar tone. I think we're gonna go for something a little. We're gonna go for some blues drive.
We have 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Ooh.
That sounds like about 1 minute and 15 seconds to be playing this blues drive. Go for a compressor. So compressor's gonna be under compressor ratio. No. That is, yes. That's the tone there, isn't it? I think I don't need my 4 seconds left or whatever. Right, you've got 10 minutes to figure out from now how to use the HX Stomp.
I'm going to go with the compulsive drive. Yep, that sounds good to me. Fullerton, Grammatico, Princess. I can kind of guess what some of these are. Essex A15. Archetypes. Oh, hello, Soldano. Yeah. I want to know where the phaser's coming from. Oh, it does actually sound really nice, I must admit. I'll change the amp. So we're going cleaner as we go up, okay. I'm going for the badonk because that just sounds immense. That's very gentle.
is a meaty Josh patch there, that, isn't it?
And I think that is literally 10 minutes ban. Look at that, beautiful. So, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, how did you find using the Quad Cortex for the very first time?
Yeah, it was really good. There was a steep learning curve to start off with because there's a lot of like menu surfing in terms of like when you're putting blocks in. It almost seems like you're messing with parameters that you're not supposed to be messing with then. But you showed me how to put a block in, and after that it was pretty much self-explanatory. I really liked these knobs that are also switches.
You can also use, you'll see the switches are coloured for the rows.
Oh, okay.
So your master is that one.
Okay.
You can twist the knob.
Because they served a very similar function to the knobs on the Stomp, where it comes up with 3 parameters, and you've basically got the tweakability on those 3 parameters. Exactly the same comes up with this, and you end up with multiple different parameters that you can adjust on the fly with that. Really good.
What did you not like about it?
I wouldn't necessarily say not like, but it's different than I'm used to on the Stomp. Is the way that the blocks are laid out in terms of they are all alphabetical. So you surfing through amps, and you might have like the heavy. Like I started off, and it was like a
Buckner Ruby.
Yeah, like a Bogner style amp, which is definitely not the kind of amp that I would go for. But I tried it anyway because it was there and it was available. So this is the way that this differs from the HX Stomp is this is all alphabetical. So,
which is a big help.
Yes, yeah, in one way, but because I'm so used to the HX Stomp being kind of cleaner, getting dirtier.
By gain stage.
Yeah, by gain stage. With the Helix, you start with the cleanest amps and look like the smallest amps, and then get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that was something that I needed to get used to, and the fact that I was thinking alphabetically rather than in terms of gain stages.
Yeah, which I must admit, when I was going through the HX Stomp, it was like very okay. Here's your clean amp, here's your medium gain, here's your crunches. I think the only one that was slightly different was the Soldano. It was like a clean crunch lead, but you can kind of take that because it's one amp, but it's all the different gain stages you can build.
Types. Oh, hello, Soldano. Yeah,
it does that. It chunks them all together. So you've got your like your rectifier, you'll have your clean channel, but then you'll have your rhythm and then your lead, and they tend to come towards the end because they're the heavier amps anyway.
Did you find it relatively intuitive in the way as to how everything, once you'd had your patch made, did you find it intuitive then to sort of being able to navigate in, I just want to change, say, that effects pedal, I don't want to drive, I want a chorus, for example? Yeah,
I did that a little bit later on. I went with the fuzz to see the ability of the Quad Cortex to model fuzz tones, because if anything does let this unit down, the fuzz tones aren't quite as authentic as an actual fuzz running into it. So I went down that route to start off with to see if it would do the fuzzes, and it did it really well. But then decided it was a bit too much for my patch, so I managed to switch it out for a blues breaker quite simply.
My biggest question, obviously, being Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, this is obviously a lot more expensive compared to the HX Stomp.
Yes.
Would you say it's worth the price increase?
It's really difficult to say. Everything that I need to be able to get, I can get out of this unit.
Yeah.
But I can see there's a lot of features. I mean, you just have a look at the back of that, and you've got part of the reason why this is 3 and a bit times the price. The UI in that versus the inputs for this. I mean, just the fact that you've got XLR in is a big step up from the HX Stomp. So there's that. There's the fact that the touch screen is absolutely massive, and it makes it really, really user friendly. Because that was one of the complaints that you had about this, was the fact that the screen is quite small.
I think obviously having the British summer weather, we've done our best to try and kind of get any of the glare out of the way, but even still, like, there was a smidgen of it there, and I'm kind of going, what am I actually changing here?
Yeah.
But then kind of, if you're, sat at home at your desk, realistically, you're not going to have a problem being able to navigate through the screen on this at all.
I mean, that's a massive bonus for the Quad Cortex. Everything about it felt quality as well. Like I mentioned, I keep going on about these knob switches, but they're absolutely fantastic, and like multi-function foot switches works really well because it keeps the face of the Quad Cortex really clean and gives you the option for a much bigger screen. The takeaways from it is we both got tones that put smiles on our faces. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's what they're all about, is creating tones. And I was happy with the tone that I got out of that pretty quickly. Like 10 minutes is not a great deal of time. I got a fantastic tone out of that.
And I was saying to Budge that when I was playing through mine and I got my dry sound, I said that was a preset I would more than happily absolutely gig with.
I think if we were given an hour with both of these, I'd like what I use this for. I've got like a clean patch and a dirty patch, which I do a lot of my recording with. Within an hour, I could get something that I'd be completely happy to replace this with that.
For both of our respective units, on the Cortex Cloud, you will be able to get Mr. Budget Pedal Chap's rig that he has made, and vice versa. I believe there's like a tone exchange for Line 6. If you like the tones that you heard today and you want to check out some more of the abilities of the Quad Cortex, click on the video link and you'll find the newest update for the Quad Cortex. Cheers for watching, guys. See you again soon.